Welcome back to Near Dark Podcast, episode 28, and this sort of second summer episode from us because we are covering Steven Spielberg's classic shark horror adventure flick from 1975, Jaws. But before we do that, and before we check on the crew, I just wanted to mention the recently sad passing of movie legend Rutger Hauer, known from movies like Blade Runner and The Hitcher, and the later one we'll probably will be covering at some point. Our thoughts and condolences goes out to his friends and family in this sad time. But with that being said, how is everyone doing in this fine weather? The weather has hit Sweden pretty good now. We got very warm and sunny, warm weather here. And how are you doing, Tag? Are you the man on the other side of the pond?
I'm doing alright.
Is the weather good still?
Yeah, the heat finally broke through. It's not as hot as it was like last week and the weeks before.
Yeah.
It's
not as humid, or
it's not as hot and it's not as humid. It's actually like around 70 Fahrenheit, which I'm not sure what that translates to in Celsius.
I think it's around 25 Celsius. I think that's pretty decent. But that sounds okay. Zombie, how are you doing, man? You've been on a hiatus for one episode, I think.
Yep.
I believe the last episode he was leading the zombie army for the apocalypse. Yeah, that was what you were doing.
Yeah. And then the apocalypse didn't go that well since we're still here.
Yeah. We didn't coordinate too good this time. Lack of communication, I would say. Some zombies went left when others said right, and it just got a big mess, and nobody got to eat anyone, and we just got... It wasn't a really good day, to say the least.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. But you're surviving in the heat?
Yeah. At the moment. It's starting to smell pretty bad. You know how carcasses are in Brazil.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I didn't realize zombies had the sense of smell.
No, but we have.
I don't
Angel,
smell
how
a
are
thing.
you? What?
I said I don't smell a thing. I don't think I'm close enough to the carcasses.
No, they have been.
Well, good for you then.
It means it's gonna take a longer time for you to get eaten. We will be eaten first.
Hell yeah.
You know where you live, so yeah, probably.
Angel, how are you doing in the heat? You surviving?
I'm barely surviving. It's too fucking hot. I've barely been able to sleep for like the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like this night, I had some things going on last night. I had something going on through the night, and then when I finally managed to fall asleep, I think I slept for 30 minutes. Because it's too damn hot. Like last summer, I woke up because I couldn't breathe one day. That's pretty much how it feels like right now. But yeah, I mean, all of Europe has been struck pretty hard with this heat.
Yeah.
I have friends down in Germany that's had 40 Celsius, and friends in the UK with 32, 33. So, I mean, it's pretty fucking hot everywhere.
The Tiger, 40 Celsius is around 100 Fahrenheit, I think.
Yeah.
So it's really fucking hot.
Yeah, then you guys got our heat wave done.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a similar heat wave last summer in. Fuck me, it was barely. You could barely survive in the fucking heat.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like-
It was really, really bad.
The water wasn't even cooling anymore. It was
No.
warm as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never had time to cool down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the fires and whatnot.
Yeah, here
Smell of smoke everywhere.
in the city I'm living in, they have actually restricted the whole city from starting fires. Like you're not allowed to.
If you want to do barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was thinking about. I was thinking about different words. Yeah,
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. That's about as bad it is. You can really.
for some reason I was thinking that you were like trying to say like they're trying to like put a law against the city actually having actual fires happening. I'm like, that's not gonna stop anything.
Yeah, listen here, Mother Nature. You're not allowed to do this.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, because that would work.
Mm.
I mean,
Okay,
it'd probably
it-
work for a second, and then you probably have a couple feminists come in talking about, you can't tell Mother Nature what to do. She could do what she wants.
Actually, I was talking with a friend. I was streaming with him all day yesterday, and when we were talking, like the end stretch of the stream, he opened his back door, and you could hear the thunder outside. I was like,
Dang.
I'm so fucking jealous of him. Like, he lives down in Germany, and he's finally getting thunder shit.
Thunder shit.
Thunders and shit is like, please send it over. I want this heat wave gone. I'm a person who hates winter, but I want winter right now.
Well, I don't really want thunder because like a week ago or so we had like a lightning almost right next door because it was really loud and it was like almost deafening.
Oh god,
So I
that's scary.
so you can take the thunder and lightning. I'm good over here.
I agree with you on that, Zombie, because I think it was maybe the middle of the week last week or something. Same exact thing. Had thunder hit maybe a couple blocks away or something, because it sounded fucking terrifying.
Right, it's not fun. Like from very far away. It's cool. You can stay over there. Don't come any closer. I'll die.
Okay. Well, this is a movie podcast where we are talking about the weather.
Yeah. Oh, but
I think it's time to move on to recent
wait,
news.
Weather
wait,
forecast
wait.
soon.
we still haven't mentioned it. Ogge is still out. He is still fighting the war. We do think about him though. Like,
Please send your heartfelt
What war is
prayers
he
to
fighting?
Oggy. I don't know if he'll
Yeah.
actually be able to win this fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been fighting for quite some time now. It's like the
Yeah, he's
past
been-
3
yeah.
episodes or something.
Yeah, he's been absent, but he's a very busy man. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, do we have any recently seen to speak of?
I got a few.
Yep.
Okay. Let me just pull up my logs of what movies I've been watching.
Yep.
Anyone else want to go before me while I look at this?
Zombie, do you have
Uh,
any?
I can say the one that I watched like a month ago, but that's like the only one except for the pod movies that I watched, like which was Rocky Horror Picture Show or the
Oh,
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
The Tim Curry movie.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And it was not what I expected, but I loved it. It was just weird. And I really love Tim Curry's character. He looks really good in Lace.
He is
Somebody's got a fetish.
he is a very or he was a very hot man. I gotta say.
Yeah, and can sing as well.
Like 40 years ago.
He
I
was.
probably still very handsome.
He, and he's got a very good singing voice, or did, or whatever.
Isn't the Rocky Horror Picture Show, isn't that a musical of sorts?
It originated from a musical in which
Oh.
Tim Curry also was part of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have never seen it, to be honest.
Me neither.
I know which movie it is, but I never laid my eyes
It's
upon
worth-
it.
It's worth a watch. I do, though, recommend watching it with the subtitles because it was a bit hard to hear what they were saying, especially in the singing parts.
Mm. Yeah.
But yeah, because there's like this one girl in the movie with a very like high pitched voice.
Yeah.
Oh.
That sounds
But yeah.
like a recommendation.
Indeed.
Tagger, have you catched anything? You've been working a lot lately.
Yeah. I haven't technically seen anything recently, but I don't believe I've ever mentioned the Into the Dark series that I saw maybe a few months back.
Yeah. I've been meaning to watch that series, but I haven't come around yet. Can you explain what the series is?
Yeah. It's just like a Blumhouse. I always forget how to pronounce their name. Anthology series, I want to say. I'm
Yeah.
not entirely sure. Just like different short films and whatnot that Blumhouse has produced.
I
think-
think Into the Dark is a Blumhouse production. Yeah.
Yeah,
think.
I just always forget whether or not like Blumhouse is producing or if they're like directing or something. But yeah, it's a Blumhouse production. Sorry, Angel, what'd you say?
I've actually got that explained to me. They both produce their own movies, but they also buy up other movies.
Yeah, they distribute.
Yeah, like
Oh.
they buy up a movie here and there, and it's like they release it as a small movie, and then they come with the big hits movies, like I believe they did Conjuring, or at least Conjuring 2. It's like things like that. They release a really kind of meh movie in one part of the year.
A good example of them buying up an independent movie and releasing it is Unfriended.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm pretty sure they produced the second one. But I think they just bought up the rights for the first one
Yeah.
Oh.
and then
okay.
released it.
Yeah, so that's how
But
it
yeah,
is.
Into the Dark, Tiger.
Okay. The three films from the Into the Dark series that I've seen are I'm Just Fucking With You, which is their 2019 April Fool's movie, Treehouse, and The Body. I'm Just Fucking With You is the it's just like a prank movie gone a little too far. The synopsis is that this guy comes to a hotel comes to like a motel, not a hotel, sorry, motel, to get ready to go see his sister get married, I want to say. He's supposed to meet up with his sister there, and they're supposed to go to the wedding together or something. But like he himself is just like so disgusted at like everybody always having good times and shit. He's an internet troll, and the motel manager, I want to say, is the prankster in this movie, and I'll just say it goes from like ha ha funny to what the actual fuck is happening. Um, and like midway through the movie is when it starts to go like what the actual fuck is happening. Um, it's a slow burn, but it's a good one. Um, the Body is a Halloween film that I believe released in 2000, either 2018 for Halloween or sometime early 2019. This hitman is just finishing up like his final work. He already killed the man. He was going to go deliver the body, but on his way there, he gets stopped by like three or four. I want to say they were supposed to be teenagers, but they're like probably late 20s. Going to like a Halloween party for their friend, and they drag him along, and they just constantly think that he's dressed up as a hitman, and the body he's dragging along is a prop until about 50 minutes into the movie where he actually like traps them into the back room of their rich friend's house, and it's like, look, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you guys, but I've told you at least 10,000 times I'm an actual hitman. This is an actual body. Can you leave me the fuck alone and let me go on about my life? As he
Don't spoil the.
sorry. I won't spoil the ending, but he shoots one of the friends. That's about it. And then Treehouse. I want to say Treehouse is like feminism gone to the very extreme.
Okay.
Like feminism meets witchcraft, I want to say. I forget who the actor is, but I think I've seen him in different shows. The main guy, I forget what the character's name was. He's kind of like the rich misogynist type. Um, he goes back to his home after being fed up with like another like chef cooking show that he's on, um, only to be like drugged and fucking almost sacrificed basically by like 5, 6 women. He invites into his house after their car breaks down or some shit. Um, and it's basically the the short of it is it's just his sister trying to like teach him a lesson to stop being like a fucking prick to women, and it is a fun ride. It is fun as fuck to watch, as well as like maybe a little trippy.
Yeah. Okay. I think they were supposed to release 12 episodes, like one episode each month, if I remember correctly. But I think they only released 9 episodes so far.
I can check. Yeah, so far it's only been, actually no. As of Independence Day of this year, they've released 10 episodes. Culture Shock being their newest one.
Huh.
The
Yeah.
next one to release is School Spirit in August 2nd, and their final one is Pure in September 6th.
Mm. Okay. Angel,
Yeah.
what did you have for us?
Okay. So, I'm just brief. Some of these I'm just gonna mention because I mean they're famous, pretty much, or whatever. I watched because thankfully they have been released on Netflix. Ace Ventura and Ace Ventura 2.
Nice.
So then Netflix released a movie called Kidnapping Stella. It's a German movie. It was really weird. Hostage movie. Then I watched. Then I started dating a guy, and we started watching movies together. And our first movie ever together was The Taking of Deborah Logan. So this is a really weird horror movie. It's about this film team who are supposed to document the stages of Alzheimer's.
Ooh.
And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know which one it is. I haven't seen it, but
I have to say, like, Alzheimer's itself, just like that is terrifying. And
Yeah.
then this movie just, it just like gets weirder and weirder and weirder. And actually, some things is slightly scary. Because like you don't count on it happening or something. And then I finally watched The Nun. And I'm very pleased that I didn't watch it at the theaters.
yeah, I saw it at the theater with our mom, and I thought it was pretty mediocre.
Yeah, it did get me. It did get me a few times. I have severe claustrophobia. You know when it happens.
Yeah, the casket scene.
Yeah, it's that shit got me so fucking hard. I was talking with a friend about it, and she said the nun herself would have been scarier if she didn't have a backstory. And I can
Yeah, well, that was what made her scary in The Conjuring 2. You didn't know anything about her.
She was just there. She just appeared. That's what's truly like terrifying. And then you go see this, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, the nun, the movie The Nun, were very cookie cutter and very, by the numbers.
Yeah.
Spookathon movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, the best thing with that cinema going for me was that one of the kids at the cinema, it was packed that evening. I think it actually was sold out, and one of the kids during one of the jump scares shrieked when the jump scare came, but no one else in the entire cinema shrieked at that jump scare. And directly after this kid shrieked, you can hear like 2 or 3 people at the other side of the cinema started to laugh.
And one of them was you.
No. I sat 2 rows down from that kid who shrieked.
Okay. Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty amusing.
I must say, I'm actually really disappointed in this movie. I thought it would be better. But yeah, it's a part of the Conjuring universe, so it's like I had to watch it sooner or later. And then continuing on, I have 2 more. So the first one is a terrifying story about an orphan who gets adopted by gorillas.
I'm sorry, what?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I watched Tarzan from '99, and so
That's one way to put the movie, like an orphan adopted by gorillas.
and I watched Zootopia because the guy I'm dating, he's a major Disney nerd. So, yeah. He likes. and Disney.
I feel like Disney nerd or not, Zootopia was still like a really awesome film.
Yeah, Zootopia for me, it's kind of like a guilty pleasure to watch. Like if I'm having a really bad day, just start Zootopia and I get happy. It's like perfect.
Oh, and I want to make a quick correction to the Treehouse episode I was mentioning. It's not it's not like a feminism thing. I mean, it kind of is, but it's mainly it was done on International Women's Day. That's why it was like so heavily feminism based.
Oh.
Okay. Do you have anything else, Angel?
No, it was those I had. Didn't think that was worth.
He's back from the war.
Didn't think
Hello.
it was too much worth talking deeper about Disney movies. 'Cause I'm pretty sure everyone knows.
Okay. And like any good horror movie, got a plot twist. Ogge has just joined us.
He's back from the war.
Welcome back from the war, Ogge. How are you doing, man?
Thanks. I'm doing great.
He made it.
You're surviving in the heat.
Yeah, I'm freezing to death.
It's great to have you back.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have any recently seen you want to reveal us with?
Not much horror related. I rewatched the show Narcos, and it's really good. At least the first 2 seasons, then it starts to drop off in quality.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I just realized a movie that me and Angel watched. We watched Saw.
Oh yeah, we
The
did.
first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
Well, now I have forgotten. I just wanted to mention it.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
kind of remember what was going on. This was actually a first time watch for Zombie.
Indeed.
I was pulling together my little community that I'm modding, and it's like, hey, do you want to watch this movie with me? And well, like 2 people showed up. So
Yeah, and like, what I can say is like, torture isn't really my thing.
you're not much for
I
torture
feel-
porn.
No, I feel just too uncomfortable in those scenes. I prefer it when they just hack him up and slash him.
Oh
Yes,
God. You're gonna be in for one hell of a ride in the later sequels, then.
Yeah, we still have 6
Yeah.
more movies to watch.
All I
Did
know
you
is that
watch the
there's
second
one scene
as
that I
well?
don't like.
Oh, what was the one thing you didn't like?
Like, it's one scene in like the later movies because I've been spoiled by it because they've been out for who the fuck knows long.
Over 10 years.
And yeah, so there's like scenes you just come across, and like one scene I do remember that I know I will hate is like the needle hit because fuck
Oh
needle
yeah,
hits.
that's one of the worst.
I can take needles. I just don't like watching them go into me and watching someone else just jump head first into a hit of them. Fuck that. I'm
That's a
out of
good
here.
one. That's a good one.
Oh, by the way, I actually remember one thing. I've been ever since the Thing episode. I actually did look. I don't know. You sent it. I started listening to Who Goes There.
Oh yeah.
I'm
The-
about
the short story.
Yeah, I'm about halfway through it, and it's so good. Like,
Yeah.
if you haven't read it or you don't feel like reading it, you really should listen to it.
Yeah, it's up on YouTube if you want to listen to it.
Yeah, because
Ooh.
whoever is reading it there have different voices for all the characters, so you can actually tell them
Link me.
apart.
Yeah, it's sort of a radio theater-esque thing. It's like the audiobook version of Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. It's also up on YouTube, and that's really good as well.
Mm.
I can
Send the
recommend
link to
both.
the reading. I want in.
Yeah, we can arrange that after we're done
Yeah.
recording.
Put it in the descriptions.
Okay, do you guys have any other recently seen you want to discuss briefly, or?
Yeah, I remember someone. I rewatched Hellraiser 1,
Oh,
and
that's classic.
yeah, it was such a long time I watched it. I wasn't sure if I had seen it, but I had,
Yeah,
and yeah, it's disturbing.
I know we got one other fan besides me in here, and that's you, Andrew. What do you think about the first Hellraiser?
Well, it hasn't aged well, and I mean, I binged watched each and every fucking movie. I've done that 3 times.
Why?
First time was with you, when
Yeah.
I had never seen them. Second time was... I think it was because either I wanted it on my movie list, or I wanted to watch them. And the third time, I just wanted to fill my movie list, and like I've seen them so many times, I already know what's going on. But I would say the first 3 Hellraisers are the best ones.
Yeah, I actually like the fourth one as well, even though it's a complete mess. Zombie and Tagger, have you seen the first Hellraiser?
I have not, but I have read about the differences that's in between the film and the movie for a school assignment.
You mean the novel and the movie?
Yeah, the novel.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, because
Never mind.
Tagger, what did you say?
I haven't seen it, no.
Okay. The only Hellraiser movie I haven't seen is the latest one, Hellraiser Judgment, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It was released last year, I think.
yeah, it was last year. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen it either, so. But okay,
Have you guys seen the movie From Beyond? That's also one of my recently seen.
yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what did you think of it?
It's been a couple of years since I saw it, but it's a Stuart Gordon directed, and I think he directed at least, and Jeffrey Combs in there as well, and it's produced by Brian Usna, and it's basically the same team as the guys behind the first Reanimator movie. But from what I can recall, I thought it was a decent movie, but it wasn't as good as the first Reanimator movie. But I'm a big Brian Usna fanboy, so I like basically everything he dips his fingers into. But yeah, I think it's an okay movie.
Yeah, I think so too. It's creative.
Yeah. The movies Usna has been involved in, like Society, Rottweiler, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, From Beyond, and Reanimator are all, the batshit crazy
Yeah.
kind of horror movies. Has anyone else seen From Beyond?
Nope.
I don't think I've heard of it until now.
Same.
Yeah, same. I'm looking it up though, and I'm gonna watch it later.
Yeah. Well, you should check it out. It's a good movie, but it's not as good as Reanimator in my opinion.
Considering that I thought Reanimator and the other one was kinda ass, yeah.
It's well worth a watch, I can say.
Yeah. The sci-fi body horror
Yeah, it looked kinda like body melt.
freaky deaky stuff in it.
Yeah, it's very inspired by Lovecraft.
Yeah. Yeah, Jusna has done a couple, or he has produced a bunch of movies based upon Lovecraft's
Yeah,
stories.
yeah,
I think
it's
I think he was involved in the anthology movie Necronomicon as well, and that's purely based upon Lovecraft's stories.
I think From Beyond is actually sort of a retelling of the Lovecraft novel.
Yeah,
It's very similar, but it takes a
Yeah.
few liberties.
Yeah,
A
I
few.
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I know that Justin was involved in Dagon from 2001, I think it came out, and that's based upon Call of Cthulhu, and I can never remember what the title of it is. The Shadow over something. It's a Lovecraft short story.
Yeah.
But okay, I've been on a binge watch of crap lately. I'm just gonna rattle through these real quick because we are pushing 40 minutes.
We haven't even started talking about the actual movies we've watched.
Yeah, the main feature. Okay, first off, I sat down and had a double bill of two Asylum movies called Zombies 2. Which is basically a zombie movie where the animals get zombified instead of humans. The first one was pretty interesting, and it had some, it wasn't shit just being shit. It was shit being pretty okay for what it was. But the second one just sucked the big one. The same night I sat down and also watched the last movie, or at least hopefully the last movie in the Sharknado franchise. The last Sharknado, It's About Time, and it's basically Sharknado for the sixth time, but they've just upped the silliness and the ha-ha humor. Look at us, aren't we funny kind of, comedy angles. It was terrible, of course. I will never rewatch those movies if I'm not obliged to. And a couple of days later, I sat down and had a double bill of Cruel Jaws from 1995, which is a Italian made-for-TV Jaws ripoff, made by Schlockmeister Bruno Mattei, who also did Hell of the Living Dead and Rats Night of Terror, I think it's called. Terror. And yeah, Cruel Jaws. It was actually released as Jaws 5, Cruel Jaws, in some territories, but it doesn't have anything to do with Jaws, and it also includes footage from Deep Blood, and I think that's a Joe D'Amato movie from 1990, and also footage from The Great White, which was another Jaws ripoff from 1981, which Steven Spielberg got banned from the US because of its similarities to Jaws. But yeah, Cruel Jaws is basically a carbon copy of Jaws, but everything is just crap about it. It's really bad. I will never watch it again. It sucks, the big one as well. Later the same evening, I sat down and watched Jaws in Japan, and I actually don't know what the hell this movie was about. And then I actually watched something good, and that was a double feature of the Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You, We talked about Happy Death Day before, but the sequel, it starts off like a slasher movie, but then it takes off in some, some sci-fi comedy angle or something. But got really surprised when I was watching it. I was like, okay. I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was as good as the first one. I got a bit disappointed in it, to be honest. But it's a good watch overall. And then I had a old friend coming over, and we sat down and watched the remake of The Blob from 1988. Great movie, loved that one. I actually think that one and John Carpenter's The Thing are two of the best remakes ever made, in my opinion. And The Blob also got a young Shawnee Smith in it, the chick who played Amanda in the Saw series. And we also watched Deep Rising from 1998, I think it came out. And most of the cast are people that has gone on to be involved in bigger movies. One of the actors in it was also in, for example, Die Hard 4 or Live Free or Die Hard. But that's a favorite as well. It's really good. Sci-fi action horror. And I'm pretty sure we will cover that one on The Blob later on. And finally, I rewatched one of my favorite action flicks from the past 15 years, and that was Dread with Carl Urban. And I know we got at least one other fan in here, and that's you, Ogge.
I love Dread.
Yeah, same. Just balls to the walls action.
Yeah.
Straight through the entire movie.
I think I rewatched it too some time ago.
Yeah,
It's a movie I watch from time to time.
yeah. Its rewatchability is very high. It's really entertaining and really, really fucking violent.
Yeah, and it looks good. It's a work of art.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the upcoming sequel.
Oh, they're gonna make.
Yeah.
Nice. I've heard
I
heard a lot of rumors about it, but
yeah, it's been in development hell for I don't know how long now, but like 6 or 7 years, I think.
yeah,
Carl Urban has expressed that he wants to return and do the role of Dread once more. So
yeah. I heard they were talking about making a TV series of it.
yeah,
Also-
that would have been even better if they just kept to the formula.
Yeah, if they would have kept to the movie formula, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, same.
I'm all for anything Dread if they keep to that formula.
Yeah. Has any of you seen any of these movies that I've just rattled through real quick here? Besides Dread, of course.
No,
Nope.
sadly.
I've watched most of the Sharknado movies and I regret my life decisions.
I've seen Sharknado 1 and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think I told Josef I saw the cover of Sharknado 1 and I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, well, Taggart basically told me to fuck off when I said we're gonna cover them at some point.
Yeah. And I stand by my decision to tell you to fuck off.
And I stand behind Tiger so he can take all the shit.
Strap on or no strap on?
Well, We're supposed to pick good movies and then bad movies. We have to even it out, you know.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, we can't just talk about good movies. That would be pretty boring. But at the same time, the Sharknado movies aren't horror movies. Not at least not in my opinion. They are action comedies. Really bad
We just
ones,
need to.
but-
All we need to do is edit some like spooky masks on the shark, and we're done.
Yeah, it's like add on a Jason mask on one shark and Freddy mask on the other shark. It's like, yeah, there we have it, spooky.
The thing with the Sharknado movies is that I wonder how they would have turned out if, you know, if like New Line Cinema, or Warner Bros. Or Blumhouse would be behind them, you know, as a production company, that they would you know, put in like 60 or 70 million dollars into the production values instead of 1 or 1.5 million, like
The fuck
like the
would they do
Asylum.
that?
I want to say if any of those companies did that, they'd probably be boycotted on the fucking spot.
No, but you know, the concept isn't that bad, really. It could be if, you know, a dumb action comedy, but with higher production values, like good effects for one thing.
Yeah. Like, it would still not be like as memorable as other movies, but it wouldn't like make people like just
Want to gouge out their eyeballs while watching them.
yeah. It would have been like, yeah, it wasn't good, but like okay. I won't watch it again, but sure. Not like
I feel like I feel like everybody who would go see the New Line Cinema or Lionsgate or Blumhouse production of that would say I'm not gonna go see it again. Then they'll turn around and go watch the sequel for all the build up from the trailer.
Yeah.
Every sequel that they make, and it would be, and at some point they'd probably be like, oh, you know, the production quality is pretty great. Jesus Christ, I don't know what it is tonight. I've been speaking with like W's instead of R's all fucking day. But I feel like, well, never mind. I lost my train of thought. Fuck it.
I think we should move on to the movie until like we pass the 1 hour mark.
Yeah.
Just my
Yeah,
opinion,
yeah,
but you know.
Yeah, I actually agree with Zombie. We should. Okay, are you guys ready for the trailer then?
Here comes.
Huh?
Here comes
then
Baby Shark.
Oh no. Okay, so here is the trailer for 1975's Jaws.
There is a creature alive today who has survived millions of years of evolution without change, without passion, and without logic. It lives to kill. A mindless eating machine. It will attack and devour anything. It is as if God created the devil and gave him jaws. This is Universal's extraordinary motion picture version of Peter Benchley's best-selling novel, Jaws.
I just found out that a girl got killed here last week. And you knew it. You knew there was a shark out there. You knew it was dangerous. But you let people go swimming anyway. Did you see that?
You yell barracuda. Everybody says, huh? What? You yell shark. We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
Is it true that most people get attacked by sharks in 3 feet of water, about 10 feet from the beach?
Yeah. What we are dealing with here is a perfect engine, an eating machine.
We're not only going to have to close the beach, we're going to have to hire somebody to kill the shark.
Bad fish. But I'll catch him and kill him.
Did you hear your father? Out of the water now!
This shark, swallow you whole. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
That's a 20-footer.
25. 3 tons of them.
Hurry up, he's coming straight for us. Don't screw it up now. Don't wait for me. Now! Shoot! Watch the tail! Give him room! I can't, he's trying to run! Oh! Cut quick! I can't hold it! Hurry! Break it up! Brody! Everybody out of the water!
None of man's fantasies of evil can compare with the reality of Jaws. Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, Richard Dreyfuss, Jaws. See it before you go swimming.
It's a hot summer on Amity Island, a small community whose main business is its beaches. When new Sheriff Martin Brody discovers the remains of a shark attack victim, his first inclination is to close the beaches to swimmers. This doesn't sit well with Major Larry Vaughan and several of the local businessmen. Brody backs down to his regret as that weekend another beach visitor falls victim to the predator. A bounty is put out on the shark and Amity is soon swamped with amateur hunters and fishermen hoping to cash in on the reward. A local fisherman with much experience hunting sharks, Quint, offers to hunt down the creature for a hefty fee, and soon he, Brody, and Matt Hooper from the Oceanographic Institute are at sea hunting the great white down. Okay, Jaws. The first time I saw this was, it must have been like 25 years ago. It was actually one of the first horror movies I ever saw. But I actually saw Jaws 2 before I saw Jaws 1 for some reason. Because mine and Angel's mom and dad had a, well, not a huge movie collection, but they had a lot of movies recorded off television. And Jaws and Jaws 2 were were 2 of them. So that was my first exposure to the Jaws franchise, and I hadn't seen this one for about 15 or 16 years, and the last time I saw it was together with all of its sequels, 2, 3, and 4. I'm a fan of it, and I have always been a fan of the first Jaws movie, and I think it stands the test of time very, very well. Even though it's almost 45 years old now. It's a well acted, well directed, and well crafted movie that is, pretty much flawless in my opinion. Besides the fact that some of the effects are pretty outdated nowadays, of course. The scenes where they show some of the corpses, it looks pretty phony. And very rubbery at times, but other than that, I think the effects look very, very good. I think that the fact the movie doesn't show all of the death scenes in plain view makes them more horrific. You you have to use your imagination a lot more during the death scenes, most of them at least. But it also makes the movie not, having to rely on effects that would have probably dated it more. Yeah, what else? What else is there to say really? It's one of those movies that has been dissected and discussed to death, but I guess it's one of those movies that deserves it as well. I think it really deserves its status as a classic, and I would try to make it into a habit to watch it each summer from here on and out. Since I hadn't watched it for about 15 years, from my rating
What would you
will
rate
be,
it?
huh?
No, I was just about to ask your rating.
Yeah. my rating will be 10 out of 10, of course. I think it's an old movie, and you have to allow some
Leeway.
yeah. But overall, I think it's a really flawless movie, and I love it. 10 out of 10, and my favorite character is, of course, Quint, without a doubt.
Now, before you switch the word over, do you think this movie would be deserving of a remake? Like not like from the ground up, but just like a bit more modernization into it.
No. Actually, no. This is actually one of the few movies that hasn't gotten a remake for some reason. In the horror genre, I mean.
Like, the concept of it works best for the time that it was.
Yeah.
Because,
exactly.
It would have been very different if it was like in modern times or times after its release. Because you deal with like sharks and deaths very differently now from then.
Yeah, exactly. Since you are talking, Somi, what did you think about it?
This was a first time watch for me, so I was going in fresh, but I can extremely see why people like this movie. It is very well made, and it just got this it's got this base concept that works really well, in that it's a thing that could happen to anyone. It is something that actually could be a real thing.
Yeah,
and
sorry to interrupt, but I think that's one of the movie's strongest points, that this could really happen in real life. It's not, it's not a big sea monster they're out fighting. The sharks exist in real life, and this could happen.
Albeit it's a bit bigger and like stronger than others, but that those sharks could exist, and that works to its advantage, and they do very well with this concept, with like very good acting, like a very good solid story. And as I said, the effects may have been a bit dated, but it works well. Even now that you can see, it's almost like the effects are a bit under that of like Jurassic Park's, but it still works up to this day. And I think the shark is not the effect that did suffer
Yeah.
by time.
Yeah.
It's more the other effects.
Yeah, the corpse effects and the limbs.
Yeah. And some green screens, not a lot of them, but some. If they used any, I don't know, it may have been the lighting.
I didn't notice any, and I watched this on Blu-ray. So, perhaps I just was engrossed in the movie or something, I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, it succeeded in making me very, or at least a little nervous when anyone got into the water.
Yeah.
Like, even if I didn't give two shits about the characters, it was like, no, I really don't like that shark. Please. So, I would give it like a 9 out of 10 or like a 9.5 out of 10. Because, yeah, I would recommend it to anyone.
Yeah.
So,
That's nice.
Yes.
Ogge, what do you think about Jaws?
I've seen it lots of times before, so this was not a first watch. I've never really liked shark movies for some reason.
Neither have I.
So yeah. So for me, it's a good movie, and it's well acted and well directed. It should be like a 9 or 10 out of 10, but for me this is more like a 7 because I don't like the shark themes. For me,
Yeah, controversial.
yeah. For me, the movie doesn't really get interesting until the second half when they go out in the boat. Up until then, it's pretty, yeah. It's not very interesting for me. It's more. It has more to do with me not liking shark movies than anything else. So yeah,
That's still solid.
yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's what we are here for.
It's not okay.
Shush it, Tagger. It's good to have differing opinions.
Yeah.
I don't like sharks at all. Especially tiger sharks, they're the worst.
Wow.
Fair enough.
You know what?
Wow.
Fuck you.
The only thing that saves this movie is that it doesn't have a tiger shark.
But
You know what? You're a grade A cunt.
but wasn't that the shark that they killed that they thought was the great white?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tiger shark.
Ooh.
I think I'll give this
So
a
they have
2.
a tiger shark.
This movie sucks.
It's got a tiger shark in it. How dare they? They should have put in a whale shark.
Yeah.
That's the real mother F of the shark family.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a decent watch for you, Ogge, but it's nothing
Yeah.
you run your legs off to rewatch.
No, no, it's not something I would rewatch really. But
Okay.
but it's not something I wouldn't mind if somebody else would want to watch it.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
Well,
I
like-
think
like-
people should see it.
Yeah, it's one of those movies you have to see.
Yeah.
If you enjoy horror flicks, you gotta see Jaws. It's a staple in the horror genre.
Yeah.
But okay, Tagger, what do you think about Jaws?
I believe it was a first time watch for me as well. I actually have to side with Ogge on this one. It honestly it's a good movie. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good movie, but the first half of it is just so fucking boring. it's just nothing but like human drama, and it's annoying to say the least. Um, After they get on the boat and start like actively looking for the shark and being and I want to say like being hunted by the shark as well as hunting it. It starts to pick up and actually be interesting to watch. Um, like that's not to like I said, it's not to say that it's a terrible movie. It's a pretty great movie. It's just it's just too much. It's too much drama in the first half for it to be like extremely entertaining for me. Um, but if anybody ever wanted to watch it, I wouldn't turn my nose up at it. I'd definitely go back and watch it. Um, I'm just most likely tune out until I see the shark again. Um, Rating wise, I would say about 7.5, 8. Um, Maybe a slight 8.5. I feel like it needs less. It overall needs less human drama, more human eating. Um, and I would give it a 10 more than likely. And I guess
But that's the thing, at least in my opinion. The first hour is building up the characters of Brody and Hooper, and the second
Isn't
hour
it Cooper?
is
Isn't it Cooper and not Hooper?
no Hooper,
no, it's Hooper.
Okay,
Matt Hooper.
never mind then.
But that's the whole point. They build up the characters of Brody and Hooper during the first hour, and during the second hour you get to know Quint a little bit. So you care for these characters, what happens to them during the second hour, and I actually think that's a strong part of the movie.
Yeah,
I won't.
something.
Oh, sorry.
No, just something other movies don't try to do as often anymore, which is, as Joseph
Yeah,
said,
exactly.
trying to make people actually give a shit about the people. And in this case, the only people in the fucking town actually having common sense. Like, if one of them died, the town would have doomed.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong for at any point, Joseph, because I think you had like a strong point. I just feel like maybe it's because I grew up watching Deep Blue Sea, but I feel like Deep Blue Sea does character development somewhat well. To the point.
Deep Blue Sea is more of a popcorn shark action flick, while
No,
Jaws is more of a slow burn adventure shark horror flick.
And like the only like extremely weak comeback to the shark not eating too many people is like, I think, because of how they wanted the movie to be. They wanted to make the shark realistic, and if they wanted to make the shark anywhere realistic, they wouldn't have it like gnaw people every second that it could, and it would only make it eat people when it was hungry and it needed to eat.
Yeah,
Otherwise
exactly.
it would.
Jaws is more based in reality, while Deep Blue Sea is more sci-fi, and the sequels in the Jaws franchise is more towards the bunkers, more fantastic and idiotic type of movie going,
Yeah.
I
Like
think
that's also.
I think the sequels have higher body counts than the first Jaws as well, but they're a lot less good in my opinion.
We are very variated today.
Mm-hmm. Angel, are you with us? What are your thoughts about yours?
First half is fucking boring. Second half is fucking boring. It's a big fucking shark eating a fucking boat. The only good scene in the whole movie is where he pretty much like the boat gets kind of decapitated and he gets his really good snack there. He's like, nom 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 nom. That's the only good scene in the movie.
No.
Yes.
Tell us how you really feel, Angel.
I thought I was
Please.
harsh.
Just my thought.
And Angel swoops in like, bitch, you thought.
Yeah.
August like, yeah, I don't really like this movie, and Angel's like, hold my beer.
This is the second watch for me. I actually watched it for the first time ever when it got out on Netflix. I was like, oh yeah, this is supposed to be a really good movie. And the first time I watched it, I thought it was good because it's what's it called? Like it's a cult film or something. Like it's
Cult classic?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's such a big movie and everyone loves it, and I was hoping it was gonna go in the theaters here so we could go watch it at the theater.
That would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think that would make the difference. Like watching it in good quality on the big screen would make it 10 times better from watching it where me and Tiger were watching it and I was doing other stuff on the side, but it's still not. A good movie grabs your attention and keeps it. This was kind of like, oh, it's eating someone. Fuck yeah, it ate a child. Oh, it's eating someone again. Oh, okay, whatever. It's an okay movie. It's nothing I will rush to rewatch. Like I said, the best scene in the whole movie is where the boat gets
It starts to sink.
English hard.
The boat sinks. That's the word you're looking for.
And he gets his final snack, and it kind of heats up with the last guy standing, and the boat is slowly like sinking. Yeah, so that part was okay, but yeah, I find shark movies so incredibly fucking boring.
Well, you're not alone in that opinion. I actually don't like shark movies whatsoever, but there are, there are some movies that are really good, but overall shark movies are crap, and I guess that's mostly because of the past 10 years explosion of shark exploitation movies.
Yeah, and I mean,
low budget crap produced by the Asylum and Sci-Fi Channel. And,
I mean, I think I heard somebody talking about how it's a little bit more realistic or whatnot, but I was kind of like half sleeping while I was just listening, so I faded in and out of being interested. I got 30 minutes of sleep. Fuck off. But I do agree. Like, it's a more realistic movie.
I should have thrown in titties somewhere in there, though.
Like, when we feel like we're losing angels, we just say titties very aggressively.
She's like,
that's how we. That's how we get her back.
Hey, who doesn't like a nice pair of tits? Come on.
That's my point. That's my point. That's how we grab your attention again. We just very aggressively say titties.
Yeah, but like, it's. I guess it's more realistic since it doesn't. A shark doesn't need to eat as often as a lot of horror movies make it out to be. So I can give them that. Like, that's good.
Especially since they're eating humans.
Yeah.
That's a lot for a shark.
Yeah, like, you can eat one human and it can be good for like what, a week or something.
But this shark is a dick because it doesn't even eat the whole human.
No, it's like floats up an arm
Except
here
the-
and a leg there. It's like
Except like that one kid.
yeah, but it was a
And I think that one other guy on the boat near, like,
During the 4th of July
yeah,
event.
where the bridge
Yeah.
legs breaks off and yes, it's,
No. It's during the scene when the beach is opened.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's sitting in
when,
a small boat.
Yeah.
yeah, and
it's
the
just
shark is
after-
approaching
it's just-
Brody's kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just after the two kids joke around, you know.
yeah.
And they,
Yeah,
I,
like-
I think it's the Coast Guard that
Yeah.
you know, that they come up with their boats and everyone is aiming with their guns towards the kids and they're like, and one of the kids are like, "He made me do it."
Yeah, like, that's when you know you have fucked up, like, you come out of the water and, like, everyone's pointing
Yeah.
a gun at you. Like, oops.
Yeah.
Well,
What will your rating be of yours?
um.
There you go.
Okay, so this is a classic movie. I can give it a soft 6. It's still above like it's not meh, but it's not. Woohoo! I will rush and watch this every fucking weekend. But yeah, it gets a 6 only because it's a very big, famous, loved movie. And I can see why people like it so much. I just find it very boring with sharks.
No. Yeah, that's okay.
Fuck you.
Like I said, it's good. It's good to have differing opinions.
Yeah.
So
Especially since they range from, this movie is awesome to, this movie sucks ass.
Yeah, you hold my bear.
yeah.
So yeah. About something that Angel said that I can't let go, like, I have to agree. Quint is quite a snack.
I mean, I'm not wrong. Actually, I had 2 favorite characters, and it was the idiot with glasses.
Which one of them?
Both!
Hooper or Brody.
Yeah, I
Okay.
said the idiots with glasses, not.
Hooper.
Both.
Yeah,
apparently.
both.
Oh, both. Oh, okay. Brody and Hooper.
Yeah. Both were
Okay.
idiots. But yeah.
The rest of you, you haven't said which favorite character you had.
I would have to say Hooper is my favorite, with the Quint as a close second.
Hmm. Tiger.
Probably a toss up between Quint and Hooper. Just based on looks.
I was waiting for that.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I don't know. I think the shark expert,
There's
Hooper,
like
then.
2.
Hooper.
There's like,
No love for
Yeah.
no love for Quint. What the fuck? What do you guys have against Quint?
It's
nothing.
fuck that guy.
It's a poor man's Clint.
Yeah.
Close second.
Wait,
Well, what
Did
did
you
you
It's a
say?
poor man's
didn't you
Clint
just say a
Eastwood.
couple minutes ago?
It's not Clint.
Angel,
It's Quint.
Angel, didn't you just say a couple minutes ago that Quint was...
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I
hello?
thought-
Get the
meant snack
realization
as in,
all
like-
by yourself. Please share.
What do you
But
guys
no,
think?
it just took me a minute to realize that instead of like Quint being a snack for like the sexual reasons, he's a fucking shark snack. I get it.
Yes, exactly.
Die. What do you guys think about the?
I hate
Think
it.
about it. Okay, good to know. The scene when Hooper and Quint are joking around, you know, they're drinking booze and shit, and they're showing each other scars, and then Quint, you know, starts to tell Hooper and Brody, Martin, about he survived the sinking of the Indianapolis, I think it's called the ship during World War II. At the end of World War II, I think that scene was probably my favorite scene in the entire movie. You know, it goes from this jokey atmosphere to this really dark.
Like, for me, it's like it kind of like reminded you of why the sea and sharks are very scary
You
when you are like vulnerable to them. Like, it's just it puts it in another perspective now that we have had these three in a secure boat and don't really fear them dying, and then you throw in this story. It brings you back to fuck, this shark will kill them again, and it's just it like the background music and how they handle the story so seriously. It makes the story very chilling with the just shift from goofy let's share scar stories to this is how I lost so many of my
Yeah.
work buddies to sharks and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a pretty bone-chilling story Quint is telling, and I actually think that monologue is, you know, it's one of the best things with the entire movie.
Indeed.
But what do you other guys think about it? Okay,
Great.
No opinions.
I think it's a cool story. I pretty chilling.
Yeah.
I liked it. What about you, Tiger?
It definitely adds more realism to the characters and gives like a good background for which one was it? Quint?
Quint.
Quint.
Yeah. It gives a more believable background for a character like such as Quint.
Yeah. There you
Yep, she fell asleep.
We forgot to yell. Yes.
No, I didn't even pay attention to the story. I was like, oh, they're showing their ass to each other. Who cares?
Well, what can you do? You're three men alone at sea.
Well...
You take what you get.
And what you get is a painful ass.
Yeah.
But another thing I like with the second part of the movie is that it feels realistic with these three guys going out on the sea. They're not superheroes. They're not, you know, military grunts. They're not, you know, ex-Navy SEALs or anything like that. They're just three normal guys going out onto the sea to try to exterminate this threat to the town.
And one happens to be like a shark hunter, like but it is understandable why they bring him and whatnot. And he hunts the shark the way he hunts any other shark, and that makes it also like adds to the realism, because I didn't know that was a way to hunt sharks. Like, Yeah, go for it. Which also makes it all the more when the shark simply won't budge to their advances. Just, this is what we have. We have nothing more. Fuck.
Mm.
And as Joseph said, like, just 3 dudes in a boat and some barrels and nothing more.
Yeah. One thing I didn't really understand was why Quint demolished the radio, though. Was it because of the money?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's the only way I can think of it.
that didn't make a lot of sense.
That or
It was not very smart.
like
No.
like maybe he thought he had like such a good shot at taking the shark on himself that if anyone else came, they would ruin the chances of them catching the shark once and for all.
Yeah.
And maybe at that point he's got a personal vendetta against it. Because
Yeah, perhaps.
fuck this shark in particular.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's never explained, so I was actually scratching my head a little bit
Same.
because of that point.
Because I legit thought that he was gonna hit the Brody over the head with a bat when he picked it up.
Oh.
Like, night, Brody. But no. It became so much worse. Anyone have any, like, scenes they wish to talk about? Because, like, at the moment I am blank.
Wow, that's racist.
Sure.
I'm actually pretty done with the movie. If any of you have anything else to add,
I thought we covered like most of the scenes as we were going through like our opinions for the movie and stuff.
yeah.
True. But someone might have forgotten to
Oh,
mention
true.
something.
Uh,
So now it's time to come out.
Time to come out of the closet. I don't have anything now. I'm pretty sure Angel's still falling asleep.
Eat my
Did
cock.
you? Sure. Did you have any scenes in particular, Augie?
No. Nothing that we haven't covered. Surprisingly.
All right.
Cool.
I see that is a perfect moment to end the thing then.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess
don't-
not. Go ahead.
Just the only thing I can like think of mentioning is like the most iconic scene that people always talk about is like you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh
And-
yeah.
I didn't really understand why it was so iconic, but when I actually saw it, I did understand because like you just think he's gonna continue throwing and nothing's gonna get out of it, and then Joss is like hiya, and
Yeah,
like
the shark just comes up out of the water from nowhere.
and he's just like, ah shit, dude, we're dead.
I love his the expression on his face. He's like, nope.
And just imagine if you are like in his position, that would be scary AF. Like, nah, thank you.
Yeah. It looks a little bit like his heart dropped down to his ass or something.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
What?
Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that. And for
What?
the people listening, Tiger just shared a picture of a great white just saying, "Hi guys." And yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I totally missed that. But okay, I guess none of you have any background on this movie.
No.
That's like your forte at this point.
Yeah. Well, I actually don't have any background.
Ah, shit, dude. But
I've said it a lot before. On these bigger movies, I usually don't dig up anything because there are tons of information about them out on the internet and documentaries and behind the scenes and whatnot. And Jaws is up there with them, so I don't really care to dig up anything.
Indeed.
Okay, so which
next pick?
Yeah, thank you.
Tagger.
Next pick, that's your tagger. What do you? What do you have for us?
I guess what I'll do is, because I'm probably gonna go back into watching the Into the Dark series, so we'll start with what's September? Fuck it. We'll start with The Body from Into the Dark, the first episode.
Okay, so The Body in Into the Dark, then.
Yep.
All right, and
Is it 2018?
Yes.
Okay, and we are playing out with Pink Fong with what song, Angel?
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.
Exactly. You were right, Tiger.
No shit.
This has been waiting to happen for years, it feels
But the
like.
thing is,
I actually think I told Angel at some point.
you did.
When we are covering Jaws, I will pick Baby Shark as outro track.
Yep,
I think.
you did.
I think I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay, so let's say goodbye to the good folks then.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
by good people.
Actually, I want to make a quick change. I lied. I'm not gonna do The Body. I'm just fucking with you. And
Surprise!
Okay, a real quick, a quick change then.
yeah, it's gonna be 2019's I'm Just Fucking With You from Into the Dark. And with that, goodbye, good people. Please stay out of the water if the sign says there's sharks about. And we will see you next time, probably.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode, hopefully. Take care and bye bye.
Baby shark, do-do-do-do-do, baby shark, do-do-do-do-do, baby shark. Mommy shark, do-do-do-do-do, mommy shark, do-do-do-do-do, mommy shark, do-do-do-do-do, mommy shark.
Daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do, daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do, daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do, daddy shark.
Grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, grandma shark.
Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do, grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do, grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do, grandpa shark.
Let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt. Run away, do-do-do-do-do, run away, do-do-do-do-do, run away, do-do-do-do-do, run away. Safe at last, do-do-do-do-do, safe at last, do-do-do-do-do, safe at last, do-do-do-do-do, safe